First of all, this message is definitely something that is not an easy video to do, and just want to tell you a little about why I felt I felt like I needed to make this video. First of all, I have to say that I've always been a meat eater my whole life. A while ago, I watched this video and I actually went vegan for about 100 and so odd days. During that time of actually not eating meat at all, I went to the doctor. The doctor actually told me that after doing a bunch of blood tests, because before I stopped eating meat, I was having some problems. My mom had just died and stuff like that, so I was really kind of under stress, as we are today with the media stuff, with all the swine flu and all that kind of stuff. It kind of gets us stressed out, and if we're not worried, we should be a little bit worried. So I wanted to make sure that I first tell you that, explain that this message is for believers in Yeshua, in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you're not a believer in this, maybe just the humanity of this might stimulate to you to think of some of these things. But I just wanted to play this video and have you check it out. Okay.
What you are about to see is beyond your worst nightmares. But for animals raised on modern intensive production farms and killed in slaughterhouses, it is cold, inescapable reality. Once you see for yourself the routine cruelty involved in raising animals for food, you'll understand why millions of compassionate people have decided to leave meat off their plates for good. Chickens are probably the most abused animals on the face of the planet. They are crammed into filthy sheds by the tens of thousands, immersed in their own excrement among the corpses of other birds who died of heart attacks or stress. Some even die of starvation brought on by becoming crippled from growing so large, so fast, that their legs can't withstand the weight, which makes them unable to reach food. After being genetically manipulated and fed antibiotics to promote unnaturally rapid growth, their hearts, lungs, and legs often break down under the added weight. Heart attacks and crippling leg deformities are far too common. A PETA investigation found this farmer killing sick and injured turkeys by beating them with a metal rod and then tossing them aside, leaving them still conscious and suffering. This was deemed legal and standard by the industry. These turkeys were left to languish for 6 hours before being loaded back onto another truck to be taken injured to the slaughterhouse another 4 hours from the scene of this accident. This undercover video shows the standard method of gathering chickens for slaughter. After enduring weeks in filthy, crowded conditions, the animals are loaded onto trucks and taken through extreme weather conditions without food or water to slaughterhouses. Where they are snapped into shackles by their fragile legs and have their throats slit, often while still conscious. Many are scalded alive in the feather removal tanks. If you thought it couldn't be any worse, think again. Between 5 and 11 hens are crammed into tiny wire cages during egg production. The animals might go insane from the oppressive conditions and attack one another, so their beaks, which are filled with nerve endings, are painfully seared off with a hot blade. These hens are so crowded that they are unable to spread even one wing during their entire miserable lives. They are unable to do anything natural.
Daily, pigs get beaten, neglected, and cruelly killed. Here, the farm manager looms over this pig, brandishing a metal gate rod. Here again, we see the farm manager cruelly killing pigs with a gate rod, a method condemned even by the pig industry's own American Association of Swine Practitioners. Here, a farm worker shoots a pig behind the ear with a bolt gun, another practice condemned by experts because the bolt penetrates the pig's jaw but does not render her unconscious. She lies injured and unable to stand, while dying pigs thrash around her. Killing methods on the farm are unregulated.
This is a kosher slaughter, hopefully not according to the other thing. We're going to actually take a look at that. This is the way some places do it, which is not very humane at all. Reality, folks. It's enough of that. I can't take it. Anyway, I wanted to kind of just present this to you guys. You know that the law of Moses talks about kosher in Leviticus 11, or what animals are clean and unclean and things like that. But when people say kosher, I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but you can take a clean animal like a cow and make it unclean. For instance, if it dies by getting hit on the road or something like that, and dies with the blood in it, it's unclean. But the laws of what they call shechita is how they kosher an animal. First of all, the knife has to be very, very sharp, and it has to be done by somebody that's very, very skilled at doing it. And even this, I mean, this is my thinking on this. Okay, they're supposed to cut the throat, and it's supposed to be done along the jugular vein so that the animal doesn't suffer, so that it instantly dies. Obviously, this is not the way it's supposed to be done if we are to eat meat, but most of the meat that we consume is done in this fashion. So I challenge you, while we're going through this swine flu epidemic,